Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing some cargo running in a small ship. There's something new with these new freight elevators, which has changed the way we can do cargo running. So we hope you like this video, guys. If you do, don't forget to take that point and tickle that like button, hit the bell and subscribe notification. And yeah, let's get into this one. So, I'm out in the Zeus at the moment, and the Zeus only can carry 128 cargo, I think it is, but in a certain set of boxes. And so what I've noticed now is, in the past when we had our cargo already going to our ships, if I went out with a 122 or 128 cargo ship, that would be all I could buy. But with the new freight elevators, we can actually do better than that. We can actually go into somewhere and start stocking up cargo. So for instance here, I went to SM018 and I noticed there was a lot of gold, so I just started buying as much gold as I could. I think I started off with 800,000 and I bought as much gold as I could. There's like 506 or something there. And so for me, it was just like, I would be disappointed going to somewhere like this and say, if I had a ship that could only carry, say like 60, say I had a hull A and I could only carry 60, I would come to a place like this and see this 500 gold and be like, oh, I can only get like 60 of that. But now with these new freight elevators, I can get as much as I want. So you can see here I buy something like 130 or something like that. I buy as much as my money will allow. And over time, as I'm selling this, normally I would suggest buying it, keeping it in your freight elevator, take what you can in something like your small ship if you've only got a small ship, or go back and get one of your bigger ships now that you've found the gold. But any gold that I put in there now is my gold, and I can take it as I need it. So there was 144 gold there, but my ship is only 128. And I don't want to be messing around fiddling about with all the small boxes. So I bought boxes of size 24, which can fit into the Zeus. Only 2 or 3, if you push them off grid. But that allowed me then to be able to pick up this cargo. The 16 that you're seeing in there now was just laying around, so I took that and I'm going to put that into my freight elevator at home, because you can do that. Even though it's classed as stolen, I can sell it somewhere like Grimhex later on. But I can get 3 large boxes in here, 3 size 24 boxes inside this thing. I don't have to mess around with all the cargo around the edges and stuff like that. And that means then I can just go and buy as many big boxes as I can fit into my freight elevator. And I think at one point I get to a point where I've got almost 200 in there. It's money that is stopping me from getting more. But I think this new way of buying cargo now is good, because we can just go out in a small ship. Say we went out in the Zeus, or we went out in something like a cutter or something like that. We could just fly around, go and scout out these places that might have cargo, buy the cargo, and then come back in a bigger ship later on. We don't have to worry about, if we don't get that cargo, then going back to get another ship and coming back and then somebody else has bought it all. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to worry about that. We can now buy the cargo and leave it there in our freight elevator and just come and get it as we please. So for those people with smaller ships, we can now do these big cargo runs, or get these big cargo amounts, and not have to worry about only being able to get a bit. So like I say, back in the past, we'd have something like a hull A that can carry 60, so 4 lots of 16 boxes, or 4 lots of size 16 boxes, and that's all we could buy. And then we'd go back, sell that or whatever, sell it or whatever we had to do with it. And then when we come back, more often than not, a lot of the gold was gone, or a lot of the commodities that are rare would be gone. Whereas in this way, we can buy the gold up front, go scouting out different places, and then just come back with our larger ships later on and just collect it. So it's a different type of gameplay loop now that we've got going on here. We can now just scout, buy the cargo, and come back when we're ready to come back. We don't have to go out in these big cargo ships anymore. So say if we've got a Caterpillar at home, or a C2, we can actually just go out in something like a cutter or something like that. First, scout out, get the stuff we want, and then come back later on with the bigger ship, rather than having to fly this bigger ship around to scout out first. So I'm going to call this game loop scouting for cargo, scout and buy cargo basically. And basically that's going to be it. It's just going to be going out there, scouting around, buying the cargo, and then coming back later on once we've got it. Now this is going to be a good save. You've got a few million in your bank and you can just buy the cargo up as much as you need, and then come back and get that cargo. But for me, I only had 800,000, which is more than enough. It wasn't enough to buy all of that gold, but as I was buying it, I was taking it home. And what I would suggest normally is, if you're going to have a small ship and take this stuff home in small chunks like I was doing, I'd say just put it in your freight elevator. Don't bother going on the trains and flying back or going back to sell the cargo unless you need the cash to buy more cargo. But then you're going to be wasting a good 10 minutes of your time. What you could be doing is just dropping it in here, throw it into your freight elevator, send it down, and head straight back off out and go and get the next load. And that allows us people with smaller ships to do some big cargo running. Yeah, it's going to take multiple trips, but it's still the same. It's still, we can take big cargo loads and then just take time doing that. Now, say if I went out with something like the Caterpillar and there was that 500 cargo, and say I was able to buy the 6 boxes of whatever it was, I'd still be down there loading them 6 boxes in by the time I come back and got another 3. So it sort of almost works out around the same. It's the time putting it in and out, and what time you're saving just by flying back with a smaller ship and doing that way. But it's up to you how you do this, really. But I just thought I'd sort of highlight this new way of doing it. So I'm just going to keep playing this video, and you can see as I progress throughout the day what's going on. Now, what I would say is, the one big thing to watch out for here is, this is similar to doing mining. So when we go mining, we mine the ore, we go back and we put it into the refinery, and then we set a time for that refinery. So say like 24 hours for it to refine on the best method. Now, if there's a update during that time, we will lose that refine, and the same goes for this. Unfortunately, I had all this gold. I think at one point I had 200. I'd taken this, what you see here that I've got, and I'd sold it and bought some more, and I ended up getting to the point of having 200 cargo of gold in my freight elevator, and the freight elevator got stuck and I couldn't get it out. And then a couple of hours later an update came and I lost all of it. So I went from having 800,000 when I first started to over 1 million, maybe 1,200,000 worth of cargo with profits. I know you shouldn't really count your profits before you've sold it, but with what I had in my freight elevator, I did have around 1.2 million once it was all taken back and sold. But an update came and I lost a whole lot, and I think I've got £2,000 or 2,000 credits left now. So now I'm going to have to do a video maybe about starting from fresh. Like, I've got no money, I've only got the ships I've got. How do I build that back up so I can get back into the cargo running? So that's going to be a fun video to do anyway. But here we go. This is it. Basically, this is the new way of cargo running. So I'm just going to sort of fly through this video and just let you see each time I buy it, the cargo that's there. I'm coming in again now. So I did go and sell this and get some more money, but like I said, for you, you don't have to do that. You can just, if you've got the money and you've bought all the cargo and you zeroed it out, you can then just come and get it at your pleasure. But I thought, well, if I'm coming back here to get the other cargo, I might as well take that time to sell the cargo first that I've got or took back, and then get some extra funds. I think it allowed me another 400,000 or something like that I could then have to buy more. There's a Caterpillar over here now and he's filling up. So you can imagine a Caterpillar filling up. He's got probably close to 400 if he's just getting the big boxes and not the smaller ones. He's probably looking at around 400. So he's come along and took 400 as well. So it's good that I came earlier and just grabbed what I did. So you can see there, I've still got those ones there. And then he comes in, so I decided to get in quick to buy the cargo, just in case he was going to head in and take some. Because I'm not going to be able to take it all, but that's if the Caterpillar hasn't taken it already. So here we go. There we are. And so we've got 152 left. So 152, and that's obviously because the Caterpillar's come down and took a massive chunk. And as you see here, I've got in mine 96 left. So I'm going to grab some more. I'm going to grab the big boxes first, see how many of those I can get, so I can get another 3. It cost me 420, 4,000. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to grab a couple of small boxes as well. I might as well just waste up all the money I've got. So I'm going to try the other size boxes. So 2, I can get 1. I don't know why they don't do a 1. There's no 1 for it for some reason. That's weird. So we'll grab the 1, 2. And I can just throw that in as well into the back of the ship. And so I've got no money again now. And there's still 79 cargo or something there, 78, whatever it is. And what I'll do is I'll go back, throw this into the elevator. I'll probably sell some more again because I'm at the point where I need to sell it because when I come back, I want to be able to buy more. But say if if I'd have bought that 75 and it was zeroed, I wouldn't then go back and sell because I know when I'm coming back, I probably won't be able to buy any more, or it'd be very small amounts that are there. So I'd probably just concentrate on going grabbing the cargo then and just throwing it into my freight elevator. There's just something about this game I love. It's calming. It's a calming game. So let's grab this. See what we've got in here. So we've got the 1, lot of 2, and we've got the 4 things there. The 4 sets of 24. So I'm going to split this. You right click it and say as many as you want, and then hit the split button. So I can throw them 2 in there and that. I could actually throw another 1 in there as well, which I'll probably do. So I'll probably take back 3 lots of 24 off grid and this 2 here as well. I say I'll probably sell that and then come back. Now, like I said, by going and selling it, I'm probably wasting another 10 minutes going on the trains and going down and selling it and then coming back and getting back in the ship. Whereas if you just throw it in your freight elevator, you could just head back out if you're not going buying more or you haven't got the money to buy more. So I'm going to throw this off grid, and then from there I'm going to maybe put 3 of these in. And this just allows people with smaller ships to buy the cargo and not have to worry. Not have to worry about these big ships coming in and taking all the cargo from us. We can actually grab the big ship cargo as well. There we are. So this is going to be the last one that I'll throw in, which is the 3rd. Oh, I'm terrible at this tractor beam stuff. Let's throw that in there. Now I'm seeing this ship take off at the side of me here, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Is he prepping for me? And you saw there the the caterpillar was about to take off, and is he prepping to take either me out or the caterpillar? Now, I'm not worried about pirates anymore because for me, I can just throw it into nav mode and I can outrun most of the ships in nav mode. Just throw it in nav mode and go. They'd have to be really good to get me down because they'd have to catch me first. So I've stopped worrying about pirates as much, and you'll see here now. It's yeah, I just don't worry. I end up prepping myself. So I'm going to check my ship, make sure nobody's got on it. Because it's all well and good running away from the guy in the ship, but if there's somebody on my ship, then that's a different story. Now you could just go into your comms and not worry about that. So let's get in. And yeah. Let's get off here. So I'll just stick it into nav mode and just jump straight out. Well, not jump straight out, but blast straight out full whack. So I'll get my stuff prepped and that first. My engines full and all that stuff. Right, so here I am back over at New Babbage, and I'm just going to, again, just open my doors as I'm going in and throw this into the freight elevator. Like I said, I'm going to go and sell it because I'm at the point where I can grab more cargo. So I'm going to take that bit of time to do that, but like I said, you could just throw it into the elevator, get back in your ship and just go if you want it to be quicker, and then go and sell it all in one go. Which means then, say you did 4 or 5 trips of 3 lots of 24s, you could then just go down and you're making one trip down to the place in the end to sell it. And for me, it's just a new way of cargo running now. It means the small ships can now buy lots of cargo. We can buy big ship cargo, either have a big ship and go back for it, or just do what I'm doing here and just grab the cargo as I go along. Now, this obviously you've got to remember for yourself. If you've got a ship that doesn't take size 24s, then you've got to buy the sizes that your biggest ship can take, or the ship you're with that can take. So if that's only means 2s or 1s or whatever, then you can only take what your ship can take. Remember not to buy these bigger ones if you haven't got the ship to take the bigger ones. But you can still buy the amount. You can still buy, say there was 96 there, you can still buy 96. You're just going to have to buy it in the size boxes that will fit into your ship. And so I'm going to make another trip back down there now and see what we've got. So, back in the ship. Let's get out of here. And this just made it a little bit more fun for the smaller ships to be able to get bigger cargo. Because one of the bit disappointing things was when we had the smaller ships before, we could only, like I said, we could only get, say like with the hull A, we could only get 60, and that would, you know, we'd have to go back and we'd have to go and sell it before we could empty our ship. Now we can take the 60 from in hull A and just throw it into the elevator and go straight back out. We can buy the cargo up front. We don't have to worry about that. That's a big thing as well. So we don't have to worry that now when we go back, all that cargo is gone, because we've bought the cargo we need, or the cargo that was available when we was there. So it looks like he's still there. I think he was protecting the other ship, because he was watching it as it took off, and then he saw me coming in and then sort of guided me in again. So, small ship cargo running, big ship style. Is that the way we could say it? Big ship cargo running, small ship style. Big cargo running, small ship style. And I'm enjoying this style now, being able to just grab as much cargo as I want or can afford, and I don't have to worry about the limitations of my ship. The limitations of my ship are gone because I can buy that cargo up front and just kind of run backwards and forwards with it. Doesn't take long to get over to New Babbage neither. And so this will go for any places that have got small amounts of cargo. So I'll probably do a video going out in something like a, Pisces, and just scouting out what stuff we've got. But obviously I need to get the funding for that first, because like I said, what ended up happening here after I bought this cargo, you can see that there's 530 odd again cargo when we came back this time. So now I've got 168, and I'm going to buy, I've still got a bit more money, so I think I'll buy like a 2 and whatever I can buy. I'll see what else I can buy from it. So I'll go to 16, I can buy 116, I'll do that. I'll see if I can buy any 8s. No. Any 4s. 1 4, so I'll take that. And I'll just throw these on the back when I can. And 1 2. So as much cargo as money I've got. So 190 cargo I've got there now of gold. Like I said, my ship only handles 128. But I can come and get that as much as I need when I want it. But like I said, the one thing to be careful for on here is that if there is an update, you will lose whatever's in the freight elevator and you haven't sold. Which left me with no money. Which means now I'm going to have to do that video of how do I get myself back up to, $1 million or close to $1 million, a couple of 100,000 or whatever. It'd be a fun video to do, but that's what I'm going to have to do. Because obviously the update came and wiped me out. Like how you get with mining. And so that's it, guys. This is it. This is where I'm going to end the video. I'm going to come back in because one of the freight elevators broke. I'd put cargo on it and it broke, and you'll see here that cargo is now missing out of my stock, but you can see the stock has gone up. I'd only been outside a couple of minutes and the stock's gone up back up to 600 and something. So it is actually, you know, pulling itself up quick, this cargo. So that's going to be this video, guys. Hopefully you get something out of it. A new way of cargo running. We hope you like this video. We'll see you guys out in the verse.